Is flood zone AE bad? Could it cost you thousands of dollars? Maybe. That's what we're talking about in this video today, so let's get started. Hello, my name's Chris Green, president and owner of the Flood Insurance Guru, and more than 12 years ago, I bought a house in a flood zone just like this, and I was told premiums were going to be $3,000 when they should have been $300. So I've been helping people like yourself overcome these obstacles every day for the last 12 years. Today, we're talking about, is flood zone AE bad? Could it cost you thousands of dollars? Are flood insurance options limited? We're going to talk about all these things. So first of all, let's talk exactly about what is flood zone AE. Flood zone AE is an area that falls within the special flood hazard area. This means it's got a 1% annual chance of flooding. Does that mean that it's only going to flood once a year? Absolutely not. This is strictly a probability. In fact, we see areas like this flood multiple times a year. Now, if you're living in AE flood zone or you're looking at buying a house, it's important to know that if you're taking out a federally backed mortgage, flood insurance is going to be required in this area. It's also important to understand what are your flood insurance options in these areas. Well, you've got the National Flood Insurance Program and you've got private flood insurance. Remember, the National Flood Insurance Program rates should all be the same no matter where you go, as long as you're getting the same coverages and the same deductibles, unless you're taking over someone else's policy. On private flood insurance side, though, could be completely different. Could be a $400 rate or a $4,000 rate, depending on the private company. So that should save you some time when you're shopping for flood insurance in flood zone AE. When it comes to these premiums, understanding them, it's important to understand that and when flood insurance is going to be required. Now, outside the coast, AE traditionally was the highest risk areas, but the National Flood Insurance Program no longer uses flood zones for their rates. They use things like distance to water, like you can see right here, the type of flooding, like this would be flooding frequency. If this area floods more often than up the street, then your rates may be higher in this area. And when it comes to flood insurance, typically areas in AE can be much higher than others. Something to pay attention to though with AE also is if you're in a floodway like I am right here, this is the overflow area of that water source, flood insurance could be higher. So if you hear that you're in a floodway and you're in flood zone AE, that might be a red flag to take a deeper look, because that means that in the future, flood insurance premiums could be higher. Now, something else you want to know about AE is what is your flood risk score? These are the actual chances of your property flooding over the next 20 to 30 years. Now, you can get your own flood risk score in the description below on our website in less than 5 minutes. And it'll give you an idea of what's going to happen to flood insurance premiums in the future. You see, not all AE flood zones are necessarily bad. In fact, every day we remove a lot of properties from flood zone AE to non-required flood zones. I know, because I did it on my own property more than 12 years ago. So AE could potentially be bad for property value and insurance premiums in certain situations, but it's not always. And if you want to learn more on that guide to flood zone AE, we've got it in the description below where you can go and download our ebook on Guide to Flood Zone AE. If you want to know the differences between the National Flood Insurance Program and private flood insurance, click up here in the corner. My name is Chris Green, the Flood Insurance Guru, and I want to say thank you for watching today's video on, is flood zone AE bad? Make sure to click below, subscribe, like, and share our channel so we can continue to provide educational value to you and other people just like yourself every day. Thank you.